Y'all, ooh, my, ooh, dot. What's goody to the goddess and the gods, and what's popping to the people? And, well, you know, like we always do about this time, family. Okay, I'm gonna be honest as possible. This shit about to get ugly. Every time I think it can't get no worse, I don't even know why I be thinking that. I try to be optimistic. I'm an optimistic black man. It's tough. It's tough, man. Like, what is it gonna take? What is it gonna take? Like this when I first started making clothes, like designing multiple designs, one of my first designs was Nobody's Coming to Save Us. I even did a show called Nobody's Coming to Save Us. If y'all was on my Patreon, you would know that. Whatever. Oh yeah, speaking of my Patreon, let me get my ticker. Whoa. Let me get my ticker ticking while y'all playing games. Wow. Let me get my ticker ticking. I know y'all gonna act like you don't see it, but I'm gonna put it down there anyway. Y'all know www.patreon.com/Misinformation Nation. And if you want to show your boy some love, you know, Cash App, $OBPC Boxing. And if you want some real black education, WGDBacademy.com. You know what I'm talking about? Get your brain right. That's what my down south partner, he don't know. I used to say that too. You know what I'm talking about? I used to say that too when I was on what I was on. Either way it go. Blessings. I know a lot of people say peace. That's what Yahoo mean, but I ain't always looking for peace. But here's the thing. We got this hero complex because we went from running the planet to watching other people mimic us and run it. And so we done got lost in the shuffle and convinced that we're inadequate to carry the load. So we just don't think on that level. But now it's time to switch gears, y'all. Nobody's coming to save us. See, when they tell you that you have a God that died for 3 days and then came back, and one day that God is going to come save you from the situation that God put you in. You've been taught that your God is punishing you for breaking the commandments, and after 400 years, you were supposed to get you were supposed to take over and be on top. But 400 years would have been 2019, according to them. It's 2023. And I mean, like, we still, I'm trying not to start to show out negative and discouraging. But what I will say is, we don't have anywhere near what you think we have. I see our interpretation of success is big houses, nice cars, and fly women, or what is passed off as fly women in today's society. All superficial things is what we consider greatness and admirable. And so then that means if the only thing you honor are superficial things, then that means what you really serve is money. So we mask all of these other things and give all of these different excuses for why we do what we do. But realistically, and I know what y'all gonna say, we can't do nothing without money. Excuse me. If you blink, you'll miss it. That's not the point. So please follow the bouncing ball, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm saying is this. This system of currency was set up just like everything else was set up. So no one's telling you to not get money, obviously. I'm not telling you anything, actually. That's why I get misunderstood at. The only thing I do is provide a body of information and some suggestions. Can't really tell anyone to do anything. But in my opinion, I do provide a fair enough body of information for those who are actually listening to make sound decisions on said topic and a lot of other shit. But everything's a process. Nothing happens overnight. I don't expect a lot from y'all in that aspect. I expect tons from you, but I don't expect anybody to just get anything overnight. I didn't get it overnight. I've been on this journey for somewhere around 15 years. I'm not exactly sure. I get the numbers mixed up, but it's definitely past 10. So anyway, so now we got to look at. I'm back on this hip hop thing, and I never really well, I'm gonna do something for y'all. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I decide I'm gonna do it. You know, like when Mr. Miyagi had Danielson sweeping the floors and washing windows and cleaning the mop bucket and all that shit, and putting the coat on the hanger repeatedly. And dude was like, this got nothing. I came here to learn karate, and you wasting my time. This got nothing to do with karate. Blah, 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 blah. And then he said, hang up the coat. And he blocked. Said, watch the window. And he blocked. So everything he had him doing was basically attack and counterattack defense moves. But he just did it in a different form to challenge the mind more. And so you don't see it coming. That's how you can really test and see who's paying attention. Sometimes you just put it out there and see what happens with it. So Mr. Miyagi is fishing to see what kind of student he got. How well can you follow orders? How quick do you get frustrated? Do you get frustrated before you follow orders, during or after? Like, he's sizing them up right there. I thought it was dope. So I said that to say that's what I be doing to y'all. I'm going to take, I know y'all think I just be doing random shit. I'm going to show you how each one of these shows that we did every Tuesday, I'm going to do a whole show strictly on cover breakdowns. And watch, it's going to read like one story. I'm going to take all the covers and I'm going to put them together. And then I'm going to give a certain amount of time on each cover. And I'm going to break it down and show y'all how that in each one of my covers and each one of these shows is one story. And I ain't saying it like that. I'm saying like it flows like a story. It's going to damn near go in order. It's going to damn near go in order. This, the crazy part is, if I ask most of y'all, or a fair amount, I won't say most, a fair amount of people believe in the Bible and its teachings and believe in God, Jesus, things like that. And so you be believing in it, but you don't be really understanding what it tells you a lot of times. So we're gonna get into a lot of shit tonight. I'm so fired up. I don't even know where to start. I almost feel guilty starting before everybody get here. But black folk gotta stop being on time sometime. How about that? How about y'all just be on time sometime? Y'all, my queen. Peace, peace, peace. What's up, broski? Let's get it cooking, man. Now, look, this is what we finna do, though. So, I got into this. I don't even know what brought me here, but I got into this rabbit hole with the rap game again. Oh, obviously, the Jamie Foxx thing. So, I was looking into the Jamie Foxx thing, and a couple doors get opened up. Now, everybody, if you're looking right now, P. Diddy is kind of trending and not in a good way. But I see everybody doing a lot of speculating. So I you know me, I'm thorough. I put pieces together. So tonight, I am almost sad to bring you the Zesty Malethot Massacre. And broski, I know that's your people's up top. I'm sorry, but I'm finna get his fat ass tonight. Pause, as my clubhouse brothers would say. Heavy on the pause. Fat boy gets it tonight. Now, we had dug into this thing before, but we gonna get real deep tonight. I'm gonna show y'all some things. So look at this. Let's start here. Look at this. Trans runner barred from Olympics rips World Athletics decision to maintain fairness in women's sports. So I know y'all gonna break that down all pleasant and make it sound all soft inside your head. So let me lend you a little assistance. This fucking man right here obviously isn't good enough to compete with the men. So he's pissed off that he is not allowed to be a she so he can outrun women. There. Did you get that? See, this going too far. Because people are going to try to call me transphobic and homophobic, and we don't play that shit here. We don't let white people give us jargon and terminology to get up off of their heels. We won't fall for that over here. Misinformation. That's one of the oldest tricks in the fucking book. Tonight, we're fucking these people up. Ain't no games gonna be played. I'm tired of the bullshit. Watch this. Now, this is in my city. This is in my fucking city. Where is it at? Where is it at? Drag Me to the Zoo. Henry Vilas Zoo. Drag Me to the Zoo event also has a pre-event for the family. June 9th. $25 tickets. So these, hold on. These men in fucking dresses want to entertain your family and children. And it's going to be people right now listening to me like, so I don't understand the problem. You guys need to get over it. Shut the fuck up. By the end of this show, you're going to see why I ain't getting over shit. I'm not getting over a motherfucking thing. This is a carefully calculated thing you're watching take place. Wait, let's go back for a minute. Let's just take this shit back for a hot second here. Let's take this shit back for a second. Okay. Where the fuck this picture go? This is a man trying to get into the Olympics and race against women. Y'all can play them games all you want. Trans women are women too. Listen, play that shit with somebody who don't know no better. I got real live women in my fucking life. Mothers, wives, daughters. There's women, aunties. I know real fucking women. I'm not disrespecting not one of them by telling another man he's equal to the God of this motherfucking planet. How about that? You can't impersonate God, fucktard. The first being on this planet was melanated, and according to science, it was a black woman. So therefore, divinity on this planet runs directly through the womb of a black woman. And I'm going to take it a step further. According to every God that you believe in, gods bring life to planets. That means all women are divine. You can't impersonate God. So therefore, we won't be entertaining that bullshit tonight. I'm not fucking having it. You don't understand things that we're going to simplify. You can't believe in this almighty God concept you got, and then in the same breath support transgender. Why? Because men are born with penises that go out. Women are born with vaginas that go in. The only way to create life on real, authentic life with a soul on this planet is through the outie and the innie. Simple. Like what you want to like. I don't give a shit. But you're not going to question creation. That's all I'm saying. Like who the fuck you want to like. But you are not going to impersonate God while I watch. Do we understand the space it's going to now, where now they have found a way to get the men pregnant? So if there's a way to get the men pregnant, and then you are teaching or not teaching, you are implementing and instilling into women that raising children is not as important as chasing a career. So the mother-child concept and connection has been withered away over the last 50 years. Now they are up in the ante so that men can get pregnant. Well, if men can get pregnant and women are taking over the workspace, then you Negroes are going to be sitting at home on the couch pregnant playing Xbox while she's at work. We got to be able to see this shit coming. But look, though, we not just here to just say shit that we can't prove. So let's get into this thing. Let's get into this motherfucking thing. Now, I started to get the slides up, but I'm willing to bet that this we're way past kindergarten level comprehension. So we're well aware that the Old Testament Bible is Greek. The New Testament is Rome. Y'all seem to think that there's a difference between the New Testament and the Old Testament. I just have one question for you. If that is accurate, then why do they call it the Greco-Roman culture? I'm going to say this again. If there's a difference between Greeks and Roman, as in there's a difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, why are they called the Greco-Roman culture? That's one thing. And another thing is God in his, because that's what y'all believe. I don't believe God's a man, but in his infinite wisdom, he took the new truth and put it in the same, allowed it to be put in the same book as the old lie. Well, what's the purpose of that? Why put the lie and the truth in the exact same book, separate them, and tell us don't read one half? The things y'all say. So, now that we got my tirade about the Romans and the Greeks out of the way, let's see why I went through all that. Ancient Greece featured at least 5 different varieties of same-sex relations. Pederistic relations. Notice they put that first. Pederistic relations. That's pedophilia. 2. Typically between adolescent boys and adult men who were not yet married. See, you gotta peep the game. When you say pedophilia, that's a term that in today's society has a derogatory connotation. They done got smart. They're calling it a relationship. Always listen to the wordplay. Pederistic relations, typically between adolescent boys and adult men who were not yet married. Relationships between male youths and approximately the same age less frequently. Homosexual relations between fully adult men. Age differentiated relations between females and relations between adult females. So they're telling you that females was into pedophilia also. So it wasn't nothing for an older woman to be with an underage little girl. The door swung both ways. Now watch this. The origins of pederasty appear to be related to the relatively late age of marriage for males, which evolved as a response to needs to limit population growth in the scarcity-driven economy of the 7th century. But watch this. Where'd it go? My fault. Hold on. The context of pederistic socialization. Y'all got to pay attention to the wordplay. Pederistic socialization. What does that include? Athletics, military comradeship, hunting, cockfighting, and intellectual musical performance at elite symposium. And point towards masculinizing pedophilia and mentorship as key social integration. So basically, all that mumbo jumbo means that's how they socially integrated you and made you up to speed with how to be a man. So in today's society, we say you haven't become a young man until you reach your sexual peak with a woman. In their society, you had to get that from another man. But I want y'all to pay attention to the words. Pederistic socialization, athletics in the military. So they're telling you the sports and the military have always been pedophilic and homosexual, which is funny because I've been told y'all that, and I'm going to do something on the Army too that's going to be, as they say in my clubhouse, nasty work. So understand, this is a Greco-Roman society. Your Bible was written by these people that believe in this stuff. And hold on though. It told you, it says performances at elite symposiums, musical performances. So they're saying, you know, at the classical music, like the opera, the shit that rich people go to. And then it says mentorship is key to social integration. Do y'all understand what the fuck that actually means? It means exactly what you see in today's society. Pederasty is a sexual relationship between an adult man and a boy. Hold on one fucking minute. How can an adult man and a boy have a relationship, sexual relationship? See, it's the wordplay. Instead of them coming out telling you that this is wrong and this is evil, they tell you that this is a relationship. So one would be under the assumption that the child is a willing participant, just like an adult can be completely cognitive and consensual. They're giving a child the same ability as an adult. But hold on, though. We ain't done. It's a sexual relationship between an adult man and a boy. The term pederasty is primarily used to refer to historical practices of certain cultures, particularly ancient Greece and ancient Rome. That would be the people who wrote your Bible. Now, which brings us to our current situation. America is a Christian nation. It was founded on Christianity. So that means two things. Three, actually. Your Bible is going to be full of racism, homosexuality, and pedophilia. And what a coinkydink. I've pointed out on several occasions all the pedophilia in the Bible. Jesus is surrounded with it. He's one of the primary perpetrators of pedophilia in the Bible. I know y'all don't like to hear that, but it's true. This is, they said, mentorship and grooming. So basically, in the old days, in ancient Rome, in ancient Greece, the older guys groomed the younger boys sexually into manhood. Well, if you have men grooming young men into homosexuality, that explains how an entire culture could be synonymous with pedophilia. Because the only thing you do is continually breed pedophiles. So keep that in mind. because statistically speaking, most victims of pedophilia become pedophiles. And I won't hard stamp it and say most. I'll say a large percentage. How about that? So we don't get something that we can just be arguing about. But now, how does this play into what we're doing? I want you to notice two things. That's Jermaine Dupri. There is no grown man that's not related to my son gonna have his arms around my child standing behind him with his shirt off. Now, y'all not seeing the other picture. I had the live footage. I screenshot a couple pictures. The dude that got his arms around Jermaine Dupri is in his we ain't gonna say his underwear, but let's just say some really short shorts. He's walking around the locker room like that. They just got through with a performance. And he's walking around the locker room in some real little bitty ass shorts talking to people. He walk over and say, "Hey, little Jermaine." Walk up to him, put his arm around him, and then his buddy put his arm around him, and then they just sitting there. Here you go. Well, this happened first. I still say, and this got nothing to do with being homophobic. Any real man is going to tell you this. I'm not putting my arm around another man who's in some boxer shorts with no shirt on. This is a locker room. Men shouldn't be touching each other with their shirts off in a locker room. But this is Houdini. What a coinky dink. They hit song was Freaks Come Out at Night. Now, let's go back to this picture because we about to get to it. There's Lil Jermaine. Now, notice Lil Jermaine already is aware of throwing up the devil horns. And everybody in that locker room was doing it too. They always throwing up the they had the fat dude, Marky D, the dude that do the beatbox from Fat Boys. He walked up to the camera. First thing he did was throw up the devil horns. And we didn't even know what the devil horns was back then. This is the 80s. We thought these was for rock stars. Why is rappers doing that? But now, here's what I'm finna show you. So now, Houdini brings up Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri, his first act was Crisscross. Some teenage boys that they gave the style of wearing their pants backwards and sagging. Now, everybody knows, or most people know, that sagging comes from the prison culture. It's how homosexuals let you know that they're available. So now, also another way that homosexuals in the prison culture let you know that they're available, and this is some older shit. Nowadays, everybody sags, so that's not what we're saying. But the origins of it, of course, it's not like that now, but the origins of sagging, where it started from, was in prison with the homosexuals. Also, another thing they used to do was wear their pants backwards. So if you got the pee hole where the butt is at, that is a subliminal message, like, this is what I'm on. Kind of graphic. I apologize to the queens. Okay, so we got two things here. We got Jermaine Dupri butt naked with some butt naked rappers who raised him in the music industry with their arms around him and shit. Now, he becomes a talent scout. Now, he scouts Crisscross. The style they give Crisscross is not only sagging, but sagging with your pants backwards. So now, to a homosexual music industry that preys on children, don't you realize that immediately every artist understood what that message was? Now, I didn't go through this because you can take your ass back and watch the old show where I broke down Crisscross completely and showed you all them sick ass pictures where they basically passed them little boys around. Now, this is mentorship. Now, here's Puff with a 13-year-old Usher. Now, we don't have to. Now, first of all, let's be clear. When I say I'm finna flame these people tonight, I'm not finna show y'all all slides. I'm finna flame these fucking people tonight. I got heat. We tiptoeing right now. I'm finna fuck these people up. Now you're looking at a 13-year-old Usher. Now all you got to do is this. This is what y'all don't like to do. Y'all don't like to use common sense instead of talking about, I just can't be blaming nobody for shit I ain't see. You can use common fucking sense. We know, and I'm going to prove it tonight. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to prove it tonight that Puffy's a homosexual. Allegedly. Now, someone who's allegedly a homosexual is given a 13-year-old boy to live with him for 1 year. Now, when they asked Usher on Howard Stern what happened, he worded it a certain kind of way. Usher said, I went there to see the lifestyle and I seen it. And he said, so there's all kind of women and orgies all over the place and everything. He said, no, not exactly. He said, but it was very curious. A lot of curious things going on around there. And I'm not even sure if I, at that point, even knew what to make out of all of that. For everybody that be saying, I can't just put that on him. I ain't finna just insinuate. That's because you don't fucking listen. You don't have to insinuate. Listen to what was said. If I'm 13 and Puffy is putting me around all kind of gorgeous women, why wouldn't I just say that? Why wouldn't I just say, yeah, man, I ain't gonna say it was orgies, but I met a lot of beautiful women at Puff's house. Why wouldn't he say that? What did he say? He said it was very curious. It was a lot of curious things going on. Bi-curious. And then he said, I'm not sure I even knew what to make out of all of that. If you're 13 years old and you seeing a bunch of naked men do all kind of shit, that would be confusing. If you 13 years old and you see a bunch of men fucking women, you're going to find a way to get you some action. It's not that hard to explain unless it's a little harder to explain. Now, keep in mind, we're not condemning anyone for their sexual preference. I'm about to show you something much deeper than that. I'm just putting the pieces to the puzzle together for you. Now, something I did forget, as usual, it'd be so much to try to pinpoint everything I want to do. But now, what's the end result of Usher? Usher allegedly at one point was rushed to the hospital for bleeding. You can use your imagination for the rest of it. And I believe it. It's my choice. But let's look at the end result of Usher. You have an allegedly gay man who had a full year with him as a teenager. The end result, Usher's got all kind of sexual harassment charges. Usher has been giving people herpes that allegedly they were saying he got from Puff. All you gotta do is look it up. Usher has been caught on several different occasions. Well, not caught, witnessed at gay strip clubs, you know, getting his Mac on with some of the dancers. His choice. Usher currently wears pink high heel shoes and capes, tight pants, bodysuits, pink high heels and capes. So I think it's safe to say something happened at the age of 13. Now, we're going to play some of them clips from your boy Puff saying shit ain't got no business saying about him and Usher getting up out of the bed in the morning, eating Frosted Flakes and shit. So now, watch this. Watch this. Hold on 1 second. Now, remember, part of this culture, part of this Greco-Roman culture is the masculine force sexually mentoring the youth. So now, look at that. Now, we all know what happened here. The end result, like I said, look at Usher's end result. Hot pink capes, high heel shoes, and shit like that. Lil Wayne end results. He can't match colors to save his life. He looked like something from a different planet. I ain't even trying to disrespect the brother, but he looks fucking horrible. And I played the disturbing ass clip with him with little baby Haley that made your fucking skin crawl. We know he is a weirdo now, but it started out with this. Why are naked men hugged up? That's not really your son. And just so we're clear, y'all can look into this. Remember when Lil Wayne was saying he got shot? Remember when he kept rapping about he got shot? He was lying. He shot himself. And then the lie came into a different layer. People say he shot himself on accident. No. His mama had forbid him to hang out with baby. She said something ain't right and she don't trust him. That's why he shot himself, because his mother, he shot himself because his mother wouldn't let him go with baby and be a rapper. And we discussed this before, but not for nothing. Baby knew the dad beforehand, the dad and the mother beforehand. The dad got murdered in the streets. The same day, now this is according to Lil Wayne, the same day his daddy got murdered, he ran out the house upset. Baby pull around the corner and say, "What's wrong, Lil Woody? You look like your daddy just died." The fuck you just say? Now, Lil Wayne was like 12 or something. However, no, he was younger than that. I think he was like 8. I'm pretty sure he was like 8. So This is the story Lil Wayne tell. So your daddy get killed. I think it was the stepdad, but that was the dude that was raising him. He get killed. And then the day he get killed, baby bend the corner, pick you up. And that's how you get started. Just like rapper DaBaby said, at the same time he was hearing that his album was #1, he got a phone call on the other line telling him his daddy got killed. Y'all gonna stop thinking this shit is a game. But watch this though. Now, here we go again. More grown men with their shirts off. More grown men with their shirts off, with their arms around each other, hugging and shit. Now, allegedly, everybody who is everybody then had a ball with Little Soulja Boy, and he love it. I'm telling you, they pass these kids around to each other. Soulja Boy got caught snorting cocaine in a room with Cat Stacks, allegedly. And she videotaped him doing all kind of weirdo shit. And so when his career was on the line, look who came to his rescue. Now, look at this picture carefully. Y'all can't tell me that if we ain't related, we shouldn't be like this. 50 down there standing behind him. And with his face covered up. Now, more mentorship. He stepped in when Soulja Boy was vulnerable and helped him get back on track. But let's go back to this fucktard right here. So now, that guy, wait, hold on. I'm finna find it for y'all. Damn it, I just seen it. Here we go. Okay. This is Andre Harrell. This is the guy who employed Puffy and then fired him because he said he couldn't take orders. He wasn't good at taking orders. But way before that, these two were in a relationship. Not because I say so. You could just look it up. It's a long-standing rumor that plenty of people know about. And the thing is this right here. Everybody knows about, most people know about the whole Kim Porter thing. Kim Porter was allegedly the mother of, well, not allegedly, is the mother of Puff's first child. And they ruled her death a murder from poisoning. First, it was pneumonia, but the coroner, the final ruling was, the final ruling was she was poisoned. So now, why was Kim Porter poisoned? Now, where does Kim Porter come from? She was with Andre Darrell. I can't remember what record company. Is it Columbia? I think it's from Columbia Records. She was with Andre Darrell, and he was running the record company. She was his his number one assistant or whatever the case may be. I forgot exactly what her position was, but she was like his top liaison for whatever the fuck. And she was also a model. So she was doing good with the record company, and her modeling career was taking off. And it is rumored that her and Andre Durrell had a personal relationship. This is not my. This is when you look it up. Her and Andre Durrell having a relationship is going to be attached to it. So now you got Puffy coming in, and Puffy and Kim become an item. And now when Puffy and Andre Durrell really fall out is when Puffy find out that Kim Porter is finna put out a tell-all book after they break up, and Andre Durrell is helping her put it out. So now, what is the problem with Puffy and Kim Porter? Now, allegedly, when she was getting, like I told you, she like one of the top people around the record company. So she was collecting, going around collecting some security tapes or some shit like that. And while looking through the security tapes, she run across Puffy giving fellatio to Andre Durrell. So she see her guy, who she was already a little suspicious of, she was starting to become suspicious of their relationship. And then she catched him on tape, Puff getting it in. And so then she leave the relationship and becomes vocal about it. And now, according to them, same thing with Jennifer Lopez and the same thing with Young Miami. All three of them allegedly have said what ruined their relationships was the relationships he was having with men. Now, him necessarily doing that is not the point. I'm showing y'all something. Let's go back to it. Now, who is this guy? Clive Davis, worth down there $1 billion. Now, this was the president of Columbia Records. Now, Clive Davis is the guy who said after 2 marriages, he wanted to try something new. So he decided to see if he could really have a relationship with a man. You know, it's always these weird ass stories, because I've been in several relationships that didn't work. None of them ever made me want to try a man. So according to Clive Davis, after 2 unsuccessful marriages, he decided to see if he could actually love a man. And he found out that he could. So he started loving men, and he is currently with a man. Now, it is also said that, and y'all can look this up. This is all on his jacket. I'm telling y'all stuff that's easily accessible. He is a well-known pervert. And a lot of people have said he made them uncomfortable with his sexual advances and the shit that he do behind closed doors. So now we got pictures of him out in public gatherings with Andre Durrell and Puffy. So let's look at how this thing goes. Clive Davis. Now we talking about from the Motown days. No homosexual, pervert. A lot of allegations of men behind the scenes saying that he tried to force sex on them, or he manipulated them for sex, or he threatened them for sex. A lot of that is all in his jacket. So now that guy brings Andre Durrell up to the top rank. So a guy who's forcing himself sexually on people has just got this one black guy that he's pushing all the way to the top, but he ain't trying nothing on him. Also rumored that Clive Davis and Andre Durrell had a relationship. Not because I say so. Look it up. All you gotta do is Clyde Davis and Andre Durrell, and the first thing's gonna pop up is their alleged relationship. I'm showing y'all how this thing go. You start with the lead exec. They find the talented boy toy. Now, if you're an old pervert, how can you get unlimited access to boys? Groom somebody to go get you some boys. Now, I'm old and out the loop, but I got a shitload of money. Now, I got power. So whatever weirdo shit he get into, I could make sure that don't affect him as long as I can get whatever I want when I want it. So that's why you see these high up moguls making these Negroes bunny hop and feed them food and all that type of shit, because they're sex slaves and they got them on tape doing weirdo shit. And we're going to get to that part too. A huge catalyst to this dynamic, the most significant part to this dynamic, is getting them on tape. So the first thing that's going to happen, the absolute first thing that's going to happen in these power relationships, they pressure the youngster into giving them oral sex, and they tape it. And we're going to prove it. So now it starts with the weird Clyde Davis. Clyde Davis brings on Andre Durrell. He has a relationship with Andre Durrell, allegedly, and brings on Andre Durrell. Then Andre Durrell allegedly has a relationship with Puffy and brings him on. There's so many pictures with these two together at events with their arms around each other and all kind of shit. Now, Puffy brings in Usher. At 13, Puffy came in when he was like 13. Same shit. They all started around 12 or 13 years old. That's when Puffy came in. That's when Usher comes in. Now, who does Usher get? Usher go get Justin Bieber. And damn, I did it again. I wanted this Justin Bieber footage. I wanted y'all to get that because it shows Predator P. Diddy in his full glory. Because now, here's where it get real deep. I had to go deep for this one. Justin Bieber's mama's name is Mia. According to what they say, she is absolutely gorgeous, and she was an industry pass-around. Puffy, Mia used to be Puffy's girl. Puffy used to beat the shit out of Mia. Puffy whooped Mia ass in public so bad one time, she tried to hide under a car. I've never seen someone in my life try to hide from an ass whooping under a parked car. Now, Mia has Justin Bieber. Now, Puffy gets Bieber at 15. 48 hours at the house. And then he's talking about we at an undisclosed location and we about to have some fun and woo. But he walking him around showing him the car. You see this? As soon as you get 16, this gonna be yours. I'm gonna throw you the keys. And he looks at him, but I'm 15 now, technically. And when he tried to get smart with it, you could see the look on Puffy's face, like, little boy, don't play with me. You barely finna get this shit. You really don't know what you're finna get. He's like, just be cool. I told you 16. But yeah, it's gonna be yours, man. I'm just gonna give you the keys. This is like being at the playground trying to hand little kids suckers, bro. This is pedophilia at its finest on a high level. So You used to be with the mother and beat the shit out of her. She have the son. Once she have the son, you bring him to your house and break him in. Now, here's the thing. This is an easy break-in because the mother is fucking terrified of me. So whatever I do to this little boy for the next 2 days, which means I'm gonna do it the first day. So we got a whole another day for me to spoil him and for he to get over it and get ready for another one before he leave. And then after that, who becomes the only artist on Usher's label? Justin Bieber. So then after Diddy does what he wants with the little boy, he passed the little boy to Usher, said, here. And then you can look up and see the allegations of Justin Bieber saying all the weirdo shit that Usher used to try to pull. Mentorship. That's what the Greeks told you. Socialization, societal integration comes through sexual male mentorship. So how else can I groom you to be exactly what I am unless I groom you to be exactly what I am? And you're seeing it go down the pipeline. Now, we got another one. And this one makes me sad right here, y'all. Lil YK Osiris. Now, this little boy right here, I don't know why they don't like him, but they do this little boy so horrible, it's ridiculous. And everybody in the industry does it to him. Like, every time they do anything for him, they throw a tax on him, out of control, knowing he don't got shit. They pass him around for sexual favors and keep him in debt. And anytime they catch him in public, man, they be out in front of him, taking what he got and shit. They do this boy horrible. But now, when he was first coming around, he ended up, I guess it was almost when he was having a little breakout moment. He ended up getting one of the Love and Hip Hop girls pregnant. And after the baby came out or right before, they end up splitting up. Oh, yeah, right. So Puffy invites him to Jamaica. Now, he say he went to Jamaica with another young lady and Puffy just happened to be there. But this picture was taken by him, of Puffy in the water by himself. Why are you taking a picture of Puffy in the water by himself? And then they put it up on they both put it up on their social media. And then Puffy took a picture of him getting this, looking all with his sexy man on, with his shirt blowing in the breeze on the horse and shit. Bro, they were together. Why are they taking pictures of each other like this? Why ain't no picture with him and old girl? Whatever girl he's claiming that he was with. But what is my point? This all comes through mentorship. So he promised little homie a record deal, promised him fame and fortune. Then you tell, hey man, you know, come out to Jamaica. We're gonna be out there partying, and then man, you could talk business, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring the contracts. We're gonna sit down before we leave Jamaica. The contract gonna be signed. Don't even worry about it. Fly little homie out to Jamaica. Then you get there, where everybody at? Man, shit, everybody's just fucked up, man. Everybody said they ain't coming until tomorrow or the next day. I guess it's just me and you, but don't trip, man. We're gonna pop these bottles and blow this money, man. You know, you with P. Diddy, baby. Now, you feel slightly awkward, but it's like, fuck it, I'm here. I'm in Jamaica. This nigga paid for it, whatever. Now you got to spend the next however long. And then, you know, he's a predator. He ain't going to play with you. He going to throw shots the whole time. And then as soon as y'all get in private, he going to let you know what it is. This contract come with this right here. So this is another thing that's well known. None of this shit is just shit that I'm making up. This shit was trending all over the place that YK Osiris and was Puffy boy toy. So much so that they asked him about it on the Breakfast Club, and the little Negro started stuttering and blushing and shit. Now, let's go a step further, and we're gonna get back to that in a second. But let's deal with Jamie for a minute. Remember, I told y'all Jamie knows some shit, and maybe whatever Jamie know, he should have shut the fuck up and kept it where it was. I'm not sure if that's completely everything, but I do know that this has been in question for years. Jamie Foxx and P. Diddy and other celebrities' naked basketball games. This is a popular, well-known thing. Jamie Foxx and Puffy throw naked basketball games. I don't even gotta like. There's nothing I could say to even touch that without it sounding super fucking weird. Modern day buck breaking, yes, absolutely. Now, here's the thing though. I told y'all before. Hip hop targets the age, the target market for hip hop is 12 to 24. That's the target market for hip hop, 12 to 24. On a scientific level, from 7 to 13 is when you are the most impressionable. It's when you take in the most information and start formulating identity and who you want to be. It also attacks the prefrontal cortex, what deals with your emotion and how you feel about things. So they've created something that attacks our youth at the age when they're most vulnerable. Now, you're putting grown men around children ill-equipped to handle the type of pressure that they're under. Now, something else, and this one's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. I got to answer myself. See, y'all get caught up in the fact of thinking that rappers is real, but I know 90% of them are lying and never did none of the shit they sing about. So, with that being said, when y'all hear Biggie rapping about being the king of New York and Frank White and having all these bricks and all of that shit, y'all believed it. You don't know that he was broke as shit and having contract problems and literally about to leave Bad Boy. You also don't know that he was never a big time drug dealer. I mean, if y'all watched the goddamn movie, even the movie told you he didn't do nothing but sell $50 rocks in the hood. So where'd the King of New York thing and shooting it out with the Dominicans, where'd all that come from? He made it up. What's my point? So, Tupac is on the inner core of these things. And he was popular before Biggie. So who do you think knew Puffy first? Now, okay, so if I get shot and I want to blame one of them, why would I blame broke ass Biggie who never sold nothing but $50 rocks and is in debt? According to Pac, remember, you tell on yourself when you start telling. Pac said, I remember when I used to let you sleep on my couch and beg the chick to let you sleep in the house. Meaning he's testifying to what I'm saying. He's validating what I'm saying. Biggie Smalls didn't really have any money, which means he didn't have that kind of street power. Which means if you got shot and robbed, what the fuck are you mad at Biggie for? Because Biggie probably didn't. Why? He has no power. Puffy is the power. He's the boss. He's the one with the money. He's the one with the power. So what the fuck does Biggie have to do with anything? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. There's not, listen to me when I'm telling you. There's not one fucking reason on God's green earth why Tupac should have been mad at Biggie for him getting shot. And then we found out the truth. He shot himself. So he didn't get shot in the elevator. He shot himself trying to pull his pistol out. So what the fuck are you mad at Biggie for? Anybody with a brain knows if you were set up to get shot that day by anyone, it would have been either Puffy or Andre Durrell. Why the fuck would Biggie have anything to do with it? He wouldn't. Y'all were friends and he's broke. So there's no way Biggie could have orchestrated it. Unless maybe we're angry about something else. Down south, I don't know if you came at the right or the wrong time, but it's up from here, baby. Now, let's get back to, oh, wow. Am I not plugged up? I think, hold on, y'all. Oh, shit. It's all bad. My phone just, how did my phone just die? Everything plugged in. That's pretty fucked up. Damn. It's plugged in, though. So, well, I don't know. My fault, Facebook. Y'all should be over here anyway. So now, I'm going to say this one more time. If Biggie was broke, according to Tupac, and Tupac had to beg people to let this broke brother sleep on the couch, then we know how the streets go. Ain't no broke, powerless dude orchestrating no hits. It takes money to orchestrate a hit. So that means if anybody orchestrated that hit that day, it would have had to been Puffy. There's no other option. So why you keep blasting Biggie?
It was just a lot of weird shit going on.
Pac and Puff was like this.
Where you put my bag?
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Where you put my
The
bag?
headphones
Daddy, I like when you
it's right
scrambling
here,
and scraping.
Gay rumors surrounding Diddy are nothing new, but looks like there is some truth to them as many celebs have come forward with their testaments. Keith D claims that Diddy was more than just homosexual. He used to organize gay parties where things usually got hot and heavy. Interestingly, D was pretty sure that Tupac Shakur and Diddy were involved in some hanky-panky before their beef started. Even though these are some outrageous claims, we'll get to the bottom of this, so let's investigate together. Keith D, otherwise known as Dwayne Keith, has claimed in an interview with The Art of Dialogue that Diddy used to plan some questionable gay parties that many A-list celebrities attend.
Oh, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Oh, yeah.
Did in the search of some stimulation.
No,
well,
not
Keith
on.
spilled
Like,
the beans
I
saying
hear
Tupac
something, but it
Shakur.
ain't
Yeah, you heard
this.
that right.
It's like I hear some static, but it ain't from here. My fault, y'all. Whoa! Wait! I know y'all heard that shit.
So what the sound from the videos not playing? Because I can hear your voice, but I just can't.
No, it's static. Like, yeah, I can hear my voice too, but I don't hear. So the mics is on, but the
Also used to attend
the audio
these parties.
from this not. My fault, y'all. I'm trying to get it cooking. So now, I want y'all to see. Hold on, though. He got receipts. We got receipts today. Why my phone not charging up? That's weird. We got receipts today. It's still not. All right. We're going
to have some fun.
No,
Him and Puff was there
yeah,
together.
it's a
They
video.
was there. You know what I'm saying? Puff and Tupac.
Yeah, I
was
just
like a
can't,
couple, seemed like to me.
I can't
It was
comment,
just a
y'all.
lot of weird shit going on.
He even identified the pictures that were taken at the party where both rappers were clearly enjoying each other's company.
They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck. Him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture? Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party.
Well, the public seems to have some mixed reactions to these revelations. Some believe the parties were so weird that it was difficult for D to put into words. Sometimes it's something in the air that's just not right. It's a F-up feeling you get when you
Okay. Please hit the like. Please hit the share. Did that man just say? Because that was Puffy's birthday. Did he just say Puffy and Pac was there and they looked like a couple to him? See, when it get to the people that we like, the rules change. So let's go back to what we're looking at. We're looking at these guys are called gatekeepers. So you understand in rap has nothing to do with whether you're necessarily talented or not. One of these type of guys has to say they like you, period. There's no other way. So if these guys say pass or go, and these guys like each other, and these guys have been in a relationship allegedly since this guy was a young guy. This guy molded this guy. And then this guy killed, allegedly, this guy. See, if you got somebody like Puff, y'all think the P. Diddy parties just started? Ever since he been heavy in the game, he's been throwing these parties. And Pac used to attend them. You can't be on that level and not be on that level. Y'all like to excuse people that you like. But we got to deal with what's in front of us. We got to deal with what's
surrounded by evil. I think that's what was going on with Keith D, and that's why he had a hard time explaining exactly what was going on at that party, while others were skeptical of D's presence at the party. I love these videos where folks tell the story of how they were at a party and saw weird gay shit going on, always featuring the usual suspects, and while they're quick to tell that they're not gay and not down with shit like that, they continue to stay at the party. And one time, Diddy invited Exhibit and Superhead to hang out for the night at a club with him and others. As if the night wasn't already weird, when they reached the club, Exhibit...
Now, before we get into the Exhibit thing, because that's a whole nother story. Before we get into the Exhibit thing, hold on. Before we get into the Exhibit thing, that's a whole nother story. We just need to understand these guys' job is to find young guys that appear to be vulnerable with a little talent. That's what his job is. Now, when we did the Playboy Mansion thing, I broke down to y'all the significance of the mansion parties. The mansion parties is to groom the up and comings and also to get the tapes. This thing doesn't work without the blackmail aspect. So what happens is you get somebody at the mansion, y'all in the room, you making the moves on them, they not cooperating, then you let it be known this what it's going to take for you to make it. Then when it goes down, it's on tape. Then either tomorrow, that night, next week, next month, motherfucker gonna show you that tape. At that point, you're on tape doing it once. The fuck is the point of you saying you ain't gonna do it again? You did it once, they paid you. The only thing that can hurt you now is to not do it again because the motherfucker gonna show everybody. So once a person got you in that type of position, then they could literally call you anytime they want to and tell you to get on your knees for this contract that you still don't got, but they're gonna hang over your head because now what? That boy White Hair Osiris said he should just run off the road and it wouldn't be, it's no point in him living. He got nothing. He got no friends. He can't put out music. He got nothing. He don't understand the point of living. All this talent and I can't do nothing. I bet you if I killed myself, nobody would care. This is how bad a young man is abused to the point where he don't see no point in him living. They're grooming these young men and bringing them in and flipping them. Now, and you can just look at how these guys turn out. And they always got this story where so-and-so at the age of 13 used to sleep on my couch. Nick Cannon used to be on Jamie Foxx's couch at 13. How are these guys steady getting 13-year-olds on their couch? This is a common story that we're finding. Movie stars or higher level record execs is ending up with some straight 13-year-old that they're raising and helping out. Get the fuck out. Why? Where are these kids coming from? You better get you some. You better get you some. By the time I get finished with this, I ain't even gonna want to talk to y'all no more. Look. Now, hold on. Zone 1, what's to it, God? Now, here's the thing. All of these people, hold on 1 second. Oh, wait, here we go. Now look at Nick and Jamie playing basketball. What makes other men hold men like that? Like y'all be bugging. Y'all act like this shit is normal. Y'all will see a picture like that and don't pay no attention. I have never, listen to me when I tell you, I've never been that close to any man on this planet, not even my children. This is a man who is, in my opinion, easily identifiable as a homosexual or bisexual or something. If you don't know Jamie Foxx is sweet, you ain't paying attention. With that being said, what is Nick Cannon doing right now? But when this the type of shit you do in your spare time, naked basketball, I'm sure Nick Cannon been in some of them games. I don't know for a fact, but I would assume Nick Cannon been at these motherfuckers. Look at this shit. This is literally one of Jamie Foxx in them games right here. What the fuck are y'all doing? How do you even play naked basketball? Do y'all understand what that's the most disgusting? Niggas is sweaty, balls flapping everywhere, and y'all guarding each other. Like when you do a layup, you got balls in faces and shit. Like, well, this is weird shit. And they regularly do this. And sometimes people come watch. Other celebrities buy tickets and come watch. They're spooning. This is Puff Montana spooning. What the fuck are y'all doing? When do men spoon? This is what they're doing to our children. And then all of this confusion while teaching our children that this type of shit is okay. The drag queens at the zoo and all that shit. But where did it come from? Ancient Greece and ancient Rome is where these practices come from. It was even on the pottery. The fucking pottery got weirdo shit on it. And now, here's what Puffy says. What will it take for me to stop being fearful and to be loved the way I really want to be loved? I find myself wondering this at times. But I know how I want to be loved, and I'm terrified of actually experiencing it. It's as though you desire something, but are unsure about whether or not you're capable of dealing with it. How I want to be loved. Now, funny thing is this. This statement was made after he congratulated Lil Nas X for his performance at the BET Awards when he had all the naked men and kissing on them and all that shit. After that performance, Puffy gave him a standing ovation and congratulated him. And then later made this statement about being loved, how he want to be loved and all that shit. But now you go to the song that that he performed, that Welcome to Montero World. In that song, this is what he's singing about. He's singing about getting invited to a mansion party. And when he get there, it's coke, weed, and everything, and everybody high. And from across the room, him and the dude who threw the party, whose house it is, who invited him there, keep making googly eyes at each other. And he telling dude, yeah, it's definitely gonna go down, but you need to get to the point where you ain't gotta hide. And then they ended up getting it in afterwards. So who else is throwing a big ass mansion party? Yeah, I gotta think about it. I'm the hottest young motherfucker in the country. Who the fuck is inviting me to a mansion party? Look at what caliber I am. It's a Puffy party. There is no party bigger than that. Who the fuck else is throwing a party and inviting Lil Nas X? And he gonna say yeah, and it ain't somebody on the level of Jamie or Puffy. Now he's singing that song at the awards, and after he sings the song, Puffy congratulate him and give him a standing ovation. That verse, in my opinion, is about Puffy. And you can look into the fact that there is allegations and rumors that him and Puffy had a little thing. So you're seeing name after name after name after name. Puffy, Puffy, Puffy.
Y'all got to give him a little bit of latitude because he a victim. And his booty been ran through quite a bit. They was playing sex tapes, and then the owner of the house
and then
pulled out
they
Soulja Boy
ended
tape.
up getting it in afterwards. So
first of all, you know, pot calling the kettle black.
That's why he's always able to call other niggas on being a swish. Birds of a feather flock together.
Jaguar Wright has been making headlines again, and this time it's because she claimed that 50 Cent and Soulja Boy filmed a gay SX tape, and a viral video of 50 Cent's ex popped up to confirm Jaguar's allegations.
Who the fuck else is throwing a party and inviting Lil Nas X? And he gonna say yeah, and it ain't somebody on the level.
Vivica Fox had previously dropped some major bombs during an appearance on Watch What Happens Live
Now,
addressing
he's singing
50
that
Cent's
song at the
criticism of
awards.
Empire when he
And after
retweeted a
he
message
sings
saying
the
the show
song,
had too much
dropped
gay
some
stuff
major
by
bombs
insinuating that
during
50
on
made
Watch
some
What
gay
Happens
stuff
Live
about
now he's
herself.
addressing
singing that
He started
song
off
at
her
the awards.
explanation
when
by
he
And after
saying,
retweeted a
he
first
message
of
sings
all,
the
saying the show
song,
not
had too
calling
much
the
gay
ghetto
stuff
black is
by
all I'm saying.
insinuating
His
on Watch
statement
What
got a lot
Happens
of
Live
now
reaction
he's
from
addressing
both
singing that
people
song
beside
at
her
the
and the
awards.
host Andy
when he
Cohen
And
asked
after
who
retweeted a
he
she
message
was.
sings
saying
the
the show
song,
had
Implying that 50 is gay, she tossed her hair and
he's
shot it
like
back
two
to look
different
at
things.
Vivica
Now
to
he's
say,
singing
yes,
that
I
song
am.
at the
While all
awards.
this was going down and Vivica was dropping bombshells, a very pregnant Candy Burris was sitting next to Vivica, basically unable to contain her shock. Vivica claimed she wasn't insinuating anything, and she even acknowledged that she and 50 had a great time when they dated. She said, he just seems like he's just got something that's not quite clear. Cohen interpreted that to mean when someone protests too much, they're hiding something, and he meant all the trolling 50 was doing on social media labeling others. With the topic now brought up, Fox then mentioned 50 Cent's
It was right for a
magazine
second.
cover with
It
Soulja
was
Boy.
on
He
for a
just
second.
looked like a booty snatcher on that one. Soulja Boy and 50 Cent actually went viral for that
It was right
magazine
for a
cover
second.
all over the internet, sparking conversations from various people who were surprised that the two were capable of taking such risky pictures together. Soulja Boy and 50 Cent covered the November 2010 issue of XXL magazine. The cover caused quite a stir online in that 50 was hiding his face and rocking what appeared to be a sadomasochistic face mask. Most people felt as though the visuals themselves were not something the rappers could just agree to so lightly, however close they were. Maybe we were all reading too much into this, but the way 50 was leaning onto Soulja Boy, it looked like he's showcasing his prize pony, but they were both quick to explain that they were friends and nothing more. In the issue, they both revealed that they had a mutual admiration of one another, with Soulja Boy claiming that both he and 50 felt kinship to each other because of their upbringing, with both of them coming from the hood with nothing and building something meaningful for themselves. Soulja Boy said, "You're going to have people hate you. You're going to have people that change on you and all that." So of course, watching 50 and him going through what he did, if there wasn't no 50 Cent, there would be no Soulja Boy. While Soulja showered 50 with praise, 50 claimed he respected Soulja so much that if he were asked whether he wished to be another artist, he would like to be Soulja Boy. It was these types of comments and the cover that made Vivica doubt the credibility of her ex sexuality, and after learning what Fox said on Watch What Happens Live, 50 Cent railed against her on Instagram. Soulja Boy took it on himself to insult Vivica just as much as 50 did, despite the fact that she never mentioned him. He replied to Fox's claims via social media, calling her a cougar and a 1,800 granny desperate for attention. Everyone was surprised on why Soulja Boy was interested in bringing down Vivica if what she was saying was false, and most claimed he should have never been involved in the first place. Now she thinks I'm gay because I let her lick my ass, 50 Cent wrote, sharing Soulja Boy's Instagram post. Wait, I didn't want her to. She forced me. My hands were tied. 50 Shades of Grey. The rappers then ganged together on Vivica, and 50 himself went on to bring up some intimate conversations that they shared during their time together. "Bitch, remember when you told me F? How very," he claimed. "And you could have played all the roles she did better than her. And I just looked at you. Like, what the F? K kind of pill ST did you take? LMEO. Vivica Fox was at her end, and she decided to directly apologize to Soulja Boy for her remarks, but that was where her apologies dried up, since she never said anything about 50, even though he deserved an apology for the same remark she had made to Soulja.
He's been in the rap game since he was little, just like Weezy. And his booty been ran through quite a bit.
Now, several years later, Jaguar talked about Soulja Boy and his sexual experience with men since he joined the industry at a young age, and had to be shown the ropes by the other older men in the industry who apparently took advantage of him.
Remember when he was in New York and they caught him ass naked? Whoever his big daddy was threw him out ass naked into the hallway. He was walking around in the hallway holding his.
She claimed there is a clip as evidence of when Soulja was kicked out of a room naked by whoever was sponsoring him at that time, and cameras caught a glimpse of him as he tried to find his way on the corridor while looking for shelter.
This couple has actually appeared on the magazine.
So, hold on. They done threw little Soulja Boy out in the hotel butt naked. He roaming the hallways butt naked, looking for some help. You see these rappers be talking all that gangster shit, but the shit that y'all don't know about be happening. So they snatch Soulja Boy up and play with him every which way and throw him out the hotel. Why? Because this is what they do. These are predators targeting your damn children. And y'all so eager to make your sons be rappers and athletes and entertainers. Well, just so we clear, This is what they're gonna have to go through. That good old fashioned mentorship. And don't be coming at me with no corny shit talking about you act like people can't make it on their own talent. Nobody gives a shit about your talent. Can I play with your butt? That's what they care about. And if you can't be manipulated, get the fuck away from us. It's way too many people that want to be superstars. So it doesn't matter about your fucking talent. I keep telling y'all that. It's way too many people that want to be rappers. So y'all be like, he was gonna be a talented regardless. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't gonna be talented regardless, because somebody has to put his shit up there and say we like him. If that don't happen, fuck you. Now, some people could take it as far as they could take it on social media, but that just started happening in the last 10 years. What was people doing before that? You had to go through the white boys, and the white boys going through your butt. Just that simple. Pause. Now, hold on. Where we going?
Zine cover together.
Damn. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Jaguar then claimed that at one time while she was with a friend, she had the unfortunate luck.
Now we finna go back to Exhibit. This is an Exhibit was with Superhead.
Said he saw some things he didn't expect. He explained his bizarre experience in an interview with Foxhole Radio. We get to this club and we walk in the back way. It's the VIP lounge, ain't nobody in there. The club is going, it's jumping, and I'm sitting there with Superhead, X says. So then, Diddy is doing his business, we go down and get a drink. We sitting there bobbing to the music and then point over to the corner. There's two dudes kissing. I'm like, what the F is this? Then she pointed another direction, and there's another dude over there, but a naked dancing. Even Queen Latifah agreed that she and Tupac would go to perform in gay clubs and Pac would enjoy himself to the fullest. Well, being label mates for a long time, Tupac and Latifah did have a strong friendship, so the chances of these allegations being true are significantly high. Looks to me like Tupac was pretty familiar with gays, that he had no hesitation in going topless in a gay bar. The public does believe that Tupac was a closeted rapper until his demise. I feel like Tupac might have also secretly homosexual too, because there are pictures of him with nothing but a thong on, and a pic of him with his pants down. Look up Tupac with a thong and Tupac homosexual pictures. There are very questionable pics of him. Not saying it's bad. Well, to add to that, Gene Deal was convinced that before the beef started.
Now y'all see that? And them pictures is up there too. Just so we clear. I've been giving him a pass because I know how y'all feel about him. I got so many questionable ass pictures with pockets ridiculous. And y'all think just because he was Pac and he was, it doesn't, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But you making it doesn't have a fucking thing to do with your talent. And yes, Pac had talent. But it was their choice to decide whether they were going to showcase it or not. Nobody has to show your music. Why? This man was on MTV, BET, all that shit. Why? They don't have to put you there. Because your song's number one in the country. Making your songs number one in the country is as simple as one commercial. All they got to do is show one commercial with your music playing on it and say, the number one song in the nation is, boom, you just took off. That's it. Play that commercial all day this week. If we play one commercial all day this week saying that you got the number one song in the nation, bro, by the end of the week, you'll have the number one song in the nation. Just that simple. So now, when you got to look at these, this is the bathtub with the gold chain picture. It's like 7 different artists that did that, female artists too. That's a surrender picture. That's letting you know that you're surrendering to money and fame. That's why they cover you and drape you in gold and diamonds and shit. That's saying that I am surrendering. I'm selling my soul for money and fame. That's what the bathtub picture is all about. That's why everybody who took one is top tier. And I mean the highest of heights. Ain't everybody who took a bathtub gold chain picture is the biggest at what they did. Nothing's bigger than them in their particular lane. You got to understand what you're looking at when you see it. So now, this is all what the Greek boys told you. Mentoring, socialization, integration into society.
Tupac and Diddy were in a
It
very
still ain't
intimate
playing.
relationship. Then Gene proceeded to add that some things took place between the two that
It's
were so
playing, but it
serious
ain't.
that both became each other's enemies.
Whatever they may have done, and you got to remember, they was all swingers.
Even after the feud and the untimely demise of Tupac Shakur, the whispers about his sexuality have not died down. Even Jaguar Wrights jumped in explaining how her friend walked in on Diddy during some lollipop action with Christopher Williams. She insinuated that it was the prime example of Diddy getting sexual favors in exchange for contracts.
And when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing fellatio on pumping because, you know, they didn't stop. She just walked.
Following Jag's example, G decided to go into explicit detail about the encounters Diddy had and what took place behind closed doors. As he was responsible for security, he was very close to Puffy and had witnessed some things he did not want to see. He even went on to disclose Puffy's interest in adult toys and his in-bed preferences that involved playing with them as well. He even went into the deeds regarding what Diddy actually did with the toys. He explained that Diddy went into the room with his so-called cousin Ja Rule to have some fun with them.
Ja Rule, he was like,
Actually did with the toys.
they went back in the room. When Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, he was like, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. We're back in the
Well,
room.
Gene simply spelled it out for those who have been wondering about what has been going on behind closed doors. Let's not forget the time when Diddy acted suspiciously at a party with Fabulous. For those who have been wondering about what has been going on behind closed doors.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
You can clearly see Diddy calling Fabulous Daddy while he was drunk, but Diddy has denied ever being at a party with Fab. During the interview, the Bad Boy Records founder additionally insisted he never really partied with Fabulous, to which Fabulous replied, "We partied for my birthday before.
Yeah.
You came to my party." Later in an interview with The Breakfast Club, Fab came clear saying, "He said something to me a long time ago at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding." Now, that's something a guy says to a girl. Even fans have a similar reaction to.
And notice how 50 Cent think he's slick. He's steady out and Puffy like he ain't on the same shit. But here's the thing. Let's get back to the mansions. Allegedly, Mike Tyson had a secret room in that mansion, a secret little freak room, and put in that mansion, and that's why 50 wanted it. But now, I was wondering, like, why do he get to bomb on damn near anybody and never get in trouble no matter who he offends? And I thought about it. It's the parties. Whoever throwing the mansion parties gonna have the most juice, because at the mansion parties, people doing drugs and doing weirdo shit. And it's all on tape. When you dip off into one of the rooms, high as hell off whatever the fuck, and you get to playing with boy butt and all that shit, it's gonna be on tape. So these parties is twofold. It's to have fun and all that shit, but it's to trap you into the lifestyle. Everybody's on tape. They use the tape for leverage. So now you got to think about how long 50 been popping. You know, all of this time, he didn't. He had he got a strip club in his crib and all that shit. So you know, he probably been straight getting to it with celebrity parties. So you coming in there, whatever weirdo shit you like is on tape. That's how he get movies with De Niro and all that shit. This is what you're assisting. Your love for this rap culture and refusal to see it for what it is, you are literally aiding and assisting a pedophile ring. This is a global fucking pedophile ring targeting black children. And y'all think it's cool. You play the music and not really realizing something else. If I said hip hop targets the age group from 12 to 24, that means we have a culture where 35-year-old and 40-year-old men and women get their life instructions from 20-year-olds. Because y'all hang off everything these rappers say and do. But they're under 25. They got you dressing like them, thinking like them, doing all that they do. Yo, big grown ass, following the 25-year-olds. That's what's up. Way to go. And people say, we can't get rid of rap music because what people gonna do then? I got an idea. How about you go back to teaching your fucking children and don't let other kids do it? That could be an option. But watch this though. Orlando Brown. He be saying some shit. But he made sure to let you know that Masonic compass right around his neck. You see how these people play with you? So he got this character where he playing crazy and he's saying all kind of off the wall shit. But he got that Masonic compass around his neck. So what are we really looking at? Hired help. All of these people are jerking your fucking chain. This is a pedophile ring ran predominantly by black men targeting black boys. And they hide it, and you'll be none the wiser because they all got a bunch of chains on and they talk real tough and they make you think, you be thinking like, that nigga so gangster, he wouldn't touch a kid. They all fucking do it. And it's sad and it's sick. And I know it's a lot to believe. And especially, why would you believe somebody like me? I ain't that popular. That's why you should believe me. Because I ain't that popular. I got nothing to gain. These people have stolen our children for 3 generations. How you gonna get them back? Because continuing to participate, it's like somebody done kidnapped your kids. Every chance you get, you call them and ask them, do they need gas money to get further away? Every time you turn on this bullshit and bop your head to it and act like they're not talking about hating our women and murdering our men. And you think about why the rap game became so vicious toward women. How did we go from the music where all we did was beg for the woman to be with us and tell her we sorry and uplift our women? And then the music turned to bitch better have my money and bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. How could men be so cold towards women? And then it hit me. What if it was men who didn't like women? Wouldn't it be a lot easier to call these women bitches and hoes if you wasn't even predominantly attracted to women anyway? You use them for vices and for play toys, but your real attraction is the boys club, because that's where your money and power come from, the boys club. You spend the money on the women, you gain it from hanging with the boys. What does the compass mean? You got architecture. This is the at the heart of Masons. Before it was Freemasons, it was Masons. And the Masons are the bricklayers and the stone builders, the ones who built all the architectures. When you see all these cathedrals and temples and all of that shit, those are the Masons who put that together. So this is and then it became the Freemasons. So the compass has to do with architecture, but it also formulates the 5-point star and the pyramid with the G inside. So it's multiple things going on with the compass, but outwardly it's about direction and architecture. These structures have to be built a certain way, point a certain way, connected with the celestials. This is how they gain power through their structures. They align them with the solar system. So it's a tough space, man, because we're so blind and we're so far behind the curve, and we just don't see that these people have literally been given a license to victimize and rape our children, and they do it with impunity. Like, when you think about over the years, how many men this man has manipulated to be his sex toys, it's like I think it would be easier to try to find the people he didn't have sex with, because I think it was down to everybody. Well, I meant to say I think it would be harder to find the people he didn't have sex with. I think in the last, we're looking at 3 decades. In the last 3 decades, everybody who was somebody, he done had his hands on. Why? Because it's a rite of passage. So if you got a new hot celebrity, think about it. These are homosexual men. So whoever the new hot celebrity is, everybody's salivating over this fucking dude. So then whoever's the most powerful is going to be the first one to say, yeah, I did that. Because whoever get them first, get them on tape. And then whoever get them first, get them on tape and get the power over. This is a game of money and power. And unfortunately, on this planet, power has almost always ran through homosexual circles of men. Whole nother show. We'll get into it a different time. But I'm telling you right now, this planet, this entire planet is fueled from the energy of pedophilia. It is the number one vice on planet Earth is pedophilia, just so we're clear. And it's everywhere, not just America. It's in damn near every fucking country. It is the real fucking, you want to know the real coronavirus on this planet? The real virus that's taking more than anybody, that's stealing souls, like they say Satan steals souls. It's pedophilia. And one day we're going to have that conversation about who originated it and where it really came from. But I got to wait till y'all trust me more, because right now you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But we're going to get there. We're definitely going to get there. We illuminate the minds of the savages in which became the Illuminati. No, I don't think I said that. The original Illuminati didn't start on this planet. The Illuminati, the original Illuminati, is the oldest secret society on the history of this planet. And it started before this planet. So it's the oldest secret society in the history of the universe. The Illuminati is. And that actually is connected to what I just said. We're going to have to talk about some other time. I'm going to have to wait till y'all trust me, because there's a lot of things. We're going to have to get into what heaven really is, what hell really is, and who's really responsible for these dimensions or these realms, because these are realms. And the people who you think are in charge are not. And the people who you think are bad are good. The people who you think are good are bad. It's one of those type of stories that we got to really dig into. But the Illuminati within itself is the most ancient secret society in the history of the planet. And it was created because those who were in power abused it. And so there was a rebellion and so on and so forth. But we don't got nowhere near enough time for that right there. So when just the cut and dry, when you think about the Illuminati, the real ones, the new ones ain't right. But the original Illuminati order was to save the planet. And that order still exists, but you'll never find it. Because it's nowhere visible. All of this shit that they're calling the Illuminati now, these are the posers who are the I wouldn't call them the pawns on the board, but maybe the knights. The Illuminati would be more like the knights on the board in a good chess game. So with that being said, we're gonna dig deep. I want to start getting more into astrology, celestial shit, biblical shit. I'm gonna get off of entertainment, but just when I ran across this shit, it was like I gotta slide it to y'all, because I see what the real game is. Fake mentorship is how they getting our kids. And then we gonna think about another day of the week, so it ain't gonna stay just Tuesdays. We might get back to Sundays. I'm gonna see how shit go. But with that being said, we had a good cook, and we're gonna do it again soon. Knowledge is the only real power, and information is the only real currency. I love y'all.